So if you are not blinded throughout the Disney fanboys I've been told by Disney fanboys that Disney Plus was a roaring success. Every time I made a doom and gloom video about Disney Plus, saying the truth about Disney Plus, and that Disney Plus is a dying stream platform, and that Disney Plus is eventually going to crash and burn because there's nothing on Disney Plus worth watching, well, it seems that I was right, okay? It seems that I was right. Nobody is watching any of these shows on Disney Plus, okay? For example, Marvel, okay? Nobody watched these shows, okay? And, for example, I think a lot of reasons why people hate the Ant-Man movie is because they don't watch the Disney Plus shows. I don't watch them, okay? I'm not wasting my time subscribing to Disney Plus watching all these pointless shows, okay? Doctor Strange, you needed to watch WandaVision to understand the movie, and a lot of people hated that and hated the movie because the movie, wasn't that good, okay, as well. Wasn't that good. You have Disney Plus losing subscribers, okay, and tomorrow we'll talk about why streaming is becoming unprofitable and why that's bad, why that's good for everybody, basically, because streaming is now becoming very unprofitable, essentially. Streaming is now losing money for everybody, okay? Streaming is losing money, and that's a good thing because streaming, in my opinion, has ruined movies, television, and it's killing the movie theaters, okay? There is a growing number of people who are not wanting to see movies in the theaters because they cannot stream it later, or buy movies, or actually buy movies to own them, okay? Streaming is killing entertainment, okay? This is all entertainment, and game is now going down the same path as movies. I'll talk about that tomorrow, but Disney Plus, just like all the rest of the streaming services, are dying. Okay, all of them are dying, and I was right about streaming. I've said that streaming has its days numbered. Okay, it has its days numbered. Okay, it seems as the first one to go is Disney Plus. Okay, the unstoppable, greatest streaming service of all time. Okay, we have Star Wars, Pixar, Marvel, and all the movies you grew up with, including reboots of your favorite childhood shows. Oh wait, a lot of that stuff that Disney has put on has been trashed and hated. The new Ice Age, the Diary of a Wimpy Kid movie, all the Marvel shows. Okay, Star Wars, the pointless reboots. Okay, nothing on Disney Plus has been successful, and only two things are sure to arrive. Okay, only two things. The things that they know will probably be successful: Loki season 2 and Secret Invasion. Yep. Which means stuff like Echo, Ironheart, Agatha, and What If are canned. Basically canned. Because who asked for any of this stuff? No one's gonna watch any of those shows. So Disney's gonna cut out all the stuff that doesn't sell. Maybe just cut Disney Plus altogether and just put your stuff on other streaming services until streaming just collapses altogether. Okay? For example, very little of Disney Plus's streaming content is available on Blu-ray and DVD. I know like people really, but yeah, very little of Disney Plus's does not are officially on Blu-ray and DVD. If you want to watch any of the Marvel shows, if you want to have any of the Marvel shows in your collection, too bad. You have to watch it on Disney Plus. Yeah, that's your only choice if you don't want to pirate the movies. Okay, if you don't want to pirate the movie or so, you're gonna have to watch it on Disney Plus. That's your only option. Okay, the only things they really released was like Turning Red, okay, Luca, and the Beatles movie. Okay, nothing else they released on Disney on Blu-ray and DVD. Okay, and Disney Plus is just dying. Okay, the cutting costs on everything. Okay, Star Wars and Marvel are the big things that are being cut. Okay, Star Wars has not been successful since The Mandalorian because of how successful Baby Yoda was. Okay, but even Baby Yoda's dead. Nobody gives a shit about Baby Yoda anymore. No one talks about Baby Yoda. Okay, Marvel is dead. Okay, look at the Ant-Man movie. Look at how great that movie's performing. Okay, and Disney is just dying. Disney is an empire in collapse. And streaming, as well as Disney, is in collapse, okay? Netflix did receive recent success with Wednesday, okay, which only is because of TikTok, which is likely going to be banned by the U.S. government. So streaming really has nowhere to go. It has nowhere to go, okay, at this point, okay. More people, just like with the return of vinyl, are going to start rejecting streaming, okay, as well. More people are going to start rejecting streaming. I think that's my next prediction. There's going to be a growing number of people who are going to return back to the old formats of DVD and Blu-ray. Because at least on those platforms, you at least own your stuff. Okay, that's what I've been saying for a while. Okay. And just like how vinyl is revived and now CDs, streaming, not as much as, they love to say, oh, streaming's so great, streaming's so amazing, it's the future. Well, I guess it isn't the future anymore, because Disney Plus is a failure. Okay, we all know this. Disney Plus is a big failure. Okay, none of the Marvel shows have really turned a profit. Okay, none of them. Okay, maybe except for Loki, which is why they're making a season 2 still. Okay, but none of these shows are successful. Okay. And you can see it the CGI with the Marvel shows. Okay. That the CGI is not good. The CGI is not good. It's not well done. It is not well thought out. And I think streaming is going to go the way of the dinosaur as the way it goes. Okay. People either going to opt for alternatives to streaming, like, watching YouTube, or, as watching YouTube, or watching cable, or or actually going out and buying movies like we used to, instead of conveniently streaming things. So the downfall of streaming is already coming out. Okay, and it's not just Disney Plus, obviously. It's also Peacock, Paramount Plus. Okay, all these streaming services are at a decline. Okay, all these streaming services are at a decline. Okay, they're losing money. Okay, streaming has hit a point where it used to make money, but it's now hitting the plateau and is now falling down from the plateau. Streaming is not as profitable, and DVDs and Blu-rays are actually more profitable now than streaming. But for example, Disney refuses to release any of the Disney Plus originals on Blu-ray, even though they would actually make money on Blu-ray, which is the most frustrating thing. And the thing is, even if they did release on Blu-ray, they wouldn't promote it at all, because of course, they'll tell you to just watch Disney Plus. They're not gonna tell you to buy a movie and actually own it. That Disney wants to erase Blu-ray and DVD from existence, okay, and want everybody to watch Disney Plus, okay. But the end of streaming is coming, and there's nothing they can do about it. Streaming will probably still exist, but won't be as popular as it used to be. Kind of like how so many people were turning back to CDs and vinyls when it comes to listening to music now. Okay, because streaming is not gonna win over everybody. And just like with the growing amount of people who listen to vinyls and CDs now, I bet in the next coming years there'll be a growing amount of people who will start going back to buying movies on disc, 4K, DVD, and Blu-ray. Because DVDs are pretty cheap, Blu-rays, after a while they could become pretty cheap. And of course 4Ks are the more expensive, so the more richer people are going to get 4Ks. So that is about the death of the streaming services. So yeah, all of the Marvel shows, was it worth it, Disney? Was it worth to ruin? For example, the Marvels. I must use that movie as an example. Okay, you have to watch Miss Marvel. Yeah, you have to watch that to know who Miss Marvel is. And second, you're going to have to watch WandaVision. So you're going to have to watch, and I wouldn't be surprised if you're going to have to watch other streaming shows as well. So yeah, the Marvel shows have failed, and Disney Plus has failed. Goodbye.